Lakefront Forecast brought to you by DeFore Realty. We know lakefront real estate.
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
At Parker's Kitchen, we go big, like our huge, crunchy, juicy, never frozen chicken tenders with an extra large serving of Parker's signature sauce at Parker's Kitchen. Live from Augusta, breaking news.
And breaking news within the last hour, Commissioner Alvin Mason is resigning effective immediately, mainly due to health reasons. He made the announcement in commission today. Take a listen.
But this takes a lot of energy because I don't have to do a job. And I do bring fire, but I bring fire with love because of my love for Augusta, Georgia. So I thank you. I thank this commission. I thank all the commissioners up here.
And no plans just yet on when Mason's seat will be filled. But for now, Commissioner Francine Scott, who represents the Super District, that includes District 4, will represent that area for the time being as the Super District Commissioner. As we learn more, we will definitely continue to follow this story for you. Let's turn it over to Emily.
Well, Courtney, we have another hot day for us this afternoon, seeing highs in the low 90s, feeling like 101 right now here in Augusta. So a very hot evening in store. A few isolated showers out there, but otherwise conditions are calm for our evening. We'll see those 80s by 7 p.m., but really not going to see much of a cool down until after sunset. If you have any outdoor activities this evening, make sure you're staying hydrated. And if you are taking any of your furry friends out on a walk, really try to do that closer to 8 p.m. if possible, because again, it is very hot out there. We are tracking a few showers outside of the viewing area, and there's been a few sprinkles here in the central part of the CSRA, but I think we'll have that chance for a few more isolated showers later on in the evening. But otherwise, things are looking pretty good for our Tuesday. Now, Wednesday, we're going to see this trend continue. Extremely high temperatures in those lower 90s, but we're going to feel like the triple digits. But I'll have a check on what you can expect throughout the rest of the week coming up.
All right, thank you so much, Emily. We have an update to a developing story. Augusta commissioners have approved design plans for upgrades to several parks and tennis centers. The upgrades will be paid for by the Spots 9. These are pictures of what the new upgrades could look like. Some upgrades include new tennis and pickleball courts, bathrooms, and picnic pavilions. Coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, your Sydney Hood spoke with neighbors who have been waiting for years for these upgrades. And today marks 10 years since the death. And we have an update to a deadly shooting in Richmond County. Deputies say 18-year-old Tayshawn Goodwin has been arrested in connection to the shooting last month on Lumpkin Road. Goodwin turned himself into the North Augusta Public Safety Department and is waiting for extradition to Augusta. Deputies say Jaquavius Watkins died in that shooting. And new this afternoon, a man accused of killing multiple. We also have an update on the Hardy McManus Road project in Columbia County, approved just weeks ago. Officials say the project would start right around the 1st of August. The $38 million project will widen Hardy McManus Road. There will be a new roundabout right around Dolphin Way. Once work starts, the project timeline is expected to take around 3.5 years. If weather is an issue, it will be about 4.5. Coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, your Hallie Turner explains how the project will help your commutes. And developing this hour, President Trump is back. Now back here at home, Richmond County deputies are looking for 72-year-old Julia Dykes, who was last seen Sunday on Adele Court off Jimmy Dias Parkway. She was last seen in a black Acura MDX and has medical issues. Deputies also are looking for 15-year-old Caden Owens. He was last seen yesterday on Collierwood Way in the area of Windsor Spring and Old Louisville Roads. If you see either of them, please call the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. And in Burke County, deputies are looking for Stephen Gladson. He was last seen driving his GMC pickup truck with the license plate number that you see here on your screen to Washington State Friday. If you know where he is, call the Sheriff's Office. New at 4, South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson is expected to officially launch his campaign for the governor's race on And you have less than 3 hours to head out and vote in the Georgia Public Service Commission election. You will need to go to your assigned precinct to do so. A total of 7 candidates are on the ballot for District 2 and 3. District 2 includes Democrat Alicia Johnson and Republicans Tim Echols and Lee Munns. District 3 includes Democrats Peter Hubbard, Robert Jones, and Keisha Shawn Waits, and Republican Fitz Johnson. Voting ends at 7 tonight, coming up on live at 5 o'clock. Your State House reporter Abby Kosoris dives deeper into this election. And we have an update to a story we first told you about last week. Augusta commissioners have approved a request for a petition to have a new school location for SOAR Academy. It says it's closing its current property after it was damaged in Hurricane Helene. The school closed for 2 months. And although they found a temporary home, that's not a permanent solution. There has been around 250 families on the wait list for the school, and they say a larger school would help serve more students. Right now, they have about 150 students, and the new building would help them have more than 600 students. And we have an update to a heroic rescue effort from this weekend. A deputy and neighbor are being recognized for saving a father and son after they were caught in dangerous water currents in the Savannah River. It happened Sunday afternoon at the Lock and Dam Park behind the Augusta Regional Airport. The father says he went to grab his fishing pole in the water. His son then went into the water to help, but he ended up grabbing onto some logs. Both Anthony Caruso and another neighbor saw them and used a rope to grab them. Sergeant Daryl Grooms stepped in to help as well.
I was thinking, God, don't take my son now. And when I saw him, I felt a little relief. I was tired, super tired. Couldn't catch my breath, no strength. But in my mind, I knew I'd have one more day. Best Father's Day gift any man can get.
Sergeant Daryl Grooms received the Life Saving Award, while Anthony Caruso received a Citizens Life Saving Award. New details on a motive behind a deadly shooting on Minnesota lawmakers, what police are saying about the suspect, and how Georgia lawmakers are reacting. That's coming up. Emily?
Well, we're tracking some showers and thunderstorms outside of the viewing area, but that could be approaching us here in the next couple of hours. I'll have a check on your full forecast, and it's a hot one coming up.
Time and Temp, brought to you by your First Alert weather team.
I'm Austin Jackson, and my team is proud to be the official injury lawyers of the Augusta Green Jackets. The Augusta Guy, supporting Augusta's team and all those who call the CSRA home.
Well, he has been the main topic of our forecast, and that's not going anywhere. Right now, feeling like 101 in Augusta, the actual temperature in the low 90s, so we're about 10 degrees warmer, or feeling 10 degrees warmer than the actual temperature. And then down to the south over in Barnwell, 103, 102 in Waynesboro. And again, this is what it's feeling like outdoors. So we are in store for a very hot week. If you have any outdoor plans this evening, make sure you dress accordingly and stay hydrated. We are seeing those temperatures again in the low 90s, but feeling like the triple digits. And I just wanted to show you that because what we're seeing right now, that's going to be the trend throughout the rest of the week and into the weekend and even into next week. Hey, it's summer. We got to get on board with it at some point. But here's a current look at the radar. Things are mostly dry here in the CSRA, but you can see some showers off to our west, south of Macon right now. And if those hold together and continue to push north and east, that could be impacting our area here in the next couple of hours. So just a heads up there, and this is what I'm talking about again, just south of Macon, tracking those showers and thunderstorms. And there's a lot behind it as well. There's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, so I wouldn't be surprised if it continues to track north and east and impacting some of our northern counties. That's what the model's showing. It went by a little bit quick, but north of I-20 has that higher chance of seeing some rainfall this evening. Tomorrow, starting off dry. By the time the afternoon rolls around, though, we could see an isolated shower or two. But again, this is the summer months. This is going to be the story pretty much every day. Here's Thursday, though. We're going to have a greater chance of rain later on in the afternoon into the evening. We're actually under a marginal risk, which is a level 1 out of 5 for those storms to possibly become severe. Severe thunderstorm, again, will be possible for your Thursday. So here's a look at the coverage map of what we're seeing. Again, scattered storms, but other than that, we're really staying mostly dry. I mean, of course, every afternoon we could have a hit or miss shower, but otherwise, heat is the main story throughout the next couple of days. I mean, it's going to be here to stay. Summer starts on Friday. This is just going to be the trend for us. But this is the feels like temperature throughout the next 5 days for us. We're going to feel like those lower 100s. And again, Thursday, I'm probably going to up that rain chance just a little bit there. But again, that's Juneteenth. A lot of outdoor activities, parades going on. Make sure you have that rain gear with you, especially if it's later on in the day. That's when we're anticipating, again, those showers and thunderstorms. The official start of summer is Friday for us, and hey, we're bringing it in with highs in the lower to middle 90s, Courtney.
Oh, tell us about it, Emily. Thank you so much. All right, we are learning new details about the Minnesota shooting, and we have a traffic alert. This is a drone video from our Sky 12 drone of the construction for the new Columbia County Hospital that could save you the drive to Augusta. The medical center will have a new emergency room, operating rooms, labs, primary care, and more. Lane closures in that area go from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. every day until July 31st. Ahead of Juneteenth this Thursday, volunteers are helping give back to the community with a trash cleanup. How you can help celebrate the holiday, those details coming up. First, let's check in with Emily.
Well, I'm tracking showers and thunderstorms just west of our viewing area, and that's going to possibly impact us later on this evening. I'll have a check on your full forecast, though, and it's going to be a hot one coming up.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
Next up is Wow.
Well, here's a look at the next 7 days for us. High temperatures staying pretty consistent in those lower to middle 90s for us. Once we get into our weekend, 95 both afternoons. Going to feel like the triple digits, though. So again, if you're looking at this, you're thinking 95, man, that's pretty hot out. Well, add about 10 more degrees. That's what we can anticipate for us. And Juneteenth is this Thursday, and we are unfortunately tracking that rain chance for us. And that's going to come later on in the afternoon. So if there's any early morning activities, things should be mostly dry. But here's what we're looking at. Around 3 p.m., those showers starting to move in and pushing through the Augusta area around dinner time for us. So again, that timing could be tweaked a little bit as we get closer to time, but just know later on in the afternoon we are tracking that rain chance for us. Once we get into our Friday and our weekend, conditions are looking a lot drier and a lot warmer for us with those highs again in the middle and even upper 90s by the middle of next week, Courtney. But I mean, today feeling like 101, we're going to feel like 102, 105 as the week goes on.
Make it stop, Emily. All right, thank you so much. Ahead of Juneteenth this Thursday, neighbors can come together, or they came together today to clean up the community. Volunteers cleaning up in and around the Golden Camp Road area at a church and the Henry Brigham Community Center as well. Organizers say it's a way of giving back to the community before celebrations later this week. On Thursday, the Band of Brothers will host the Juneteenth Festival from 12 noon until 9 p.m. at the Augusta Exchange Fairgrounds. All right, on today's Grant Me
Of inflammation.
Before there was us, before our story began, before the family we created and the home we built, before everything we have and the bond that we now share, there was this.
Well, here's a look at the next 7 days for us. We are going to be mostly dry tomorrow, but for Thursday, Juneteenth, we are anticipating some showers and thunderstorms coming in later in the afternoon, lasting through the evening for us. But summer officially starts on Friday, and we're bringing it in with really warm temperatures, hot temperatures for us. We can say that when it's 90, 94 for your Friday, your weekend, 95. But I'll have another look at your forecast coming up.
I have type 2 diabetes.
You're watching News 12, first at 4. Continues.
Hey, good evening. I'm Courtney Hicks. Welcome in. Happening now on First at 4. We have some hot temperatures with more isolated storms possibly throughout the week. With that, let's bring in your First Alert meteorologist, Emily Acton. A little busy in the Weather Center trying to keep us posted and updated and informed on these extremely high temperatures as we head into the remainder of the week. Unbelievably high for this time of the year, yes?
Yeah, it's definitely the warmest that we have seen so far this year. We're in the lower 90s to middle 90s, but feeling like the triple digits. Here's a look at the rest of your evening. Still at that 90-degree mark by 7 p.m. And we're going to feel, again, close to that 100 mark until sunset. Then we'll start to cool off slowly but surely. We might have a few isolated showers coming in later on in the evening. Here's what we're looking at right now. Showers and thunderstorms about to be approaching the Macon area. And again, if that holds together, that will eventually make it to some of our western counties. And it's moving northeast, so I think north of I-20 is going to have the best chance for us to see some heavy rainfall. But again, we can't rule out an isolated shower throughout the rest of the evening, so just be prepared for that. But we have a very hot rest of the week in store for us. I'll have more details on that coming up.
All right, we will stand by. Thank you so much, Emily. New within the last couple of hours into the newsroom, Commissioner Alvin Mason is resigning effective immediately, mainly due to health challenges. He made this announcement in commission today. Take a listen.
But this takes a lot of energy because I don't have to do a job. And I do bring fire, but I bring fire with love because of my love for Augusta, Georgia. So I thank you. I thank this commission. I thank all the commissioners up here.
Now, no plans just yet on when Mason's seat will be filled. For now, Commissioner Francine Scott, who represents the Super District, that includes District 4, will represent that area as the Super District Commissioner. We'll keep you posted on this developing story. We have an update to a developing story. Augusta commissioners have approved design plans for upgrades to several parks and tennis centers. The upgrades will be paid for by the Splots 9. These are pictures or renders, if you will, of what the new upgrades could look like. Some upgrades include new tennis and pickleball courts, bathrooms, picnic pavilions, and more. Coming up at News 12 at 6 o'clock, your Sydney Hood spoke with neighbors who have been waiting for years for these upgrades. 10 years ago today, Charleston, South Carolina witnessed to Mark Strassman for that amazing update. Dylan Roof is currently serving 9 consecutive life sentences. He is on federal death row, though there is no. And we have an update on the Hardy-McManus Road project here in Columbia County, approved just a couple of weeks ago. Officials say the project would start right around the 1st of August. The $38 million project will widen Hardy-McManus Road. There will be new roundabouts starting right around that area as well. Once work starts, the project timeline is expected to take around 3.5 years. If weather gets in the way, it may push it up to about a 4.5-year job. Coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, your Hallie Turner explains how the project will help your commutes. And we have an update to a deadly shooting in Richmond County. Deputies say 18-year-old Tayshawn Goodwin has been arrested in connection to the shooting last month on Lumpkin Road. Goodwin turned himself into the North Augusta Public Safety Department and is now waiting for extradition back to Augusta. Deputies say Jaquavius Watkins died in that shooting. New at 4, South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson is expected to officially launch. You have less than 3 hours to head out and vote in the Georgia Public Service Commission election. You will need to go to your assigned precinct to vote. Don't forget that. A total of 7 candidates are on the ballot for District 2 and 3. So for District 2, that includes Democrat Alicia Johnson and Republicans Tim Echols and Lee Munns. For District 3, that includes Democrats Peter Hubbard, Robert Jones, and Keisha Shawn Waits, along with Republican Fitz Johnson. Voting ends at 7 o'clock tonight. Coming up on Live at 5 o'clock, your State House reporter Abby Kosoris dives deeper into this election. And we have an update to a story we first told you about last week. Augusta commissioners have approved a request for a petition to have a new school location for SOAR Academy. It says it's closing its current property after it was damaged in Helene. The school closed for 2 months, and although they found a temporary home, that's not a permanent solution. There has been around 250 families on the wait list for the school, and they say a larger school would help serve more students. Right now they have about 150 students, and the new building would help them have more than 600 students. And we have an update to a heroic rescue effort from this weekend. A deputy and neighbor are being recognized for saving a father and son after they were caught in dangerous water currents in the Savannah River. It happened Sunday afternoon at the lock and dam behind the Augusta Regional Airport. The father says he went to grab his fishing pole in the water. His son then went into the water to help, but he ended up grabbing onto some logs. Both Anthony Caruso and another neighbor saw them and used a rope to grab them. Sergeant Daryl Grooms stepped in to help as well.
It's something that we don't think about doing until we have to do it. You don't think about what you're doing until it's over with. You like, just like I know it's Father's Day and I work and I got a son and I just had my first grandson 4 months ago. So, you don't think about that till it's after it's over with.
Sergeant Daryl Grooms received the Life Saving Award, while Anthony Caruso received a Citizens Life Saving Award. Quick thinking there. All right, new details on a motive behind a deadly shooting on Minnesota lawmakers, what police are saying about the suspect, and how Georgia lawmakers are now reacting. That's coming up. Emily?
Well, we're tracking showers and thunderstorms just outside of our viewing area, and they could be moving into our area over the next couple of hours. So make sure that you have that first alert weather radar downloaded so you know when rain's detected in your area. But I'll have a look at your 7-day forecast, and it's a hot one coming up.
I'm Austin Jackson, and for me, keeping it local really matters. Like when you're hungry. It's tough to beat a great meal at your favorite local spot. Well, if you've been injured, keeping it local matters even more. You need a law firm with experience in our area's courtrooms and a track record you can trust. The CSRA has always been my home. People know my law firm for work in the community as well as for our life-changing results. That's local experience you can count on. If you've been injured, call Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy, 706-724-7224.
In 2018, I had
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
Well, heat has been the main topic, or main portion of the weather story this week. And right now, here's current look at the feels like temperature outdoors. We're feeling like 101 right now in Augusta, 102 over in Allendale. Says it's feeling like 107 up at the lake right now. So again, very hot across the CSRA. And what we're seeing right now, that's going to be the trend throughout the next week or so. So if you're getting a feel of the outdoors right now, maybe you want to have any outdoor dining plans tonight, make sure that you are staying hydrated and wearing cool clothing, because again, it is very easy to become overheated with those feels like temperatures in the triple digits for us. But otherwise, things are looking good for our evening. We might start to see some showers building up later on in the evening as it goes on. Right now, just west of Macon, seeing some heavy showers and thunderstorms. That's going to trend north and east, and if it holds together, will impact some of our western counties. It looks like the greatest chance of rain will come north of I-20, but here's what we're dealing with. Again, lots of heavy rainfall, but just pockets of showers and thunderstorms, again, moving across the western part of the state of Georgia. There's a couple of special weather statements. That's a step below a severe warning. So again, we'll keep a close eye on it as it continues to push north and east, again, impacting our area possibly in the next couple of hours. Here's what the model's looking like around 8:30. I think it might be moving in a little bit sooner than that. Should be out of our hair though for the overnight hours. Starting off Wednesday, dry and sunny. We'll see a few isolated showers in the afternoon, but again, nothing widespread. Most of us will be dry. Thursday, starting off dry, but once we hit around 3-4 p.m., that's when those showers and thunderstorms are going to start to move through. We actually have a marginal risk out for that chance for a strong to severe thunderstorm for your Thursday. And again, Thursday's Juneteenth, so there's going to be a lot of outdoor activities going on. Make sure you're prepared for that. Again, that's going to be our best chance of coverage, rain coverage, here over the next couple of days. Once we get into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just an isolated shower or two. But looking at the heat for the next couple of days, again, we're going to feel like 103, 105 on Friday, 104 Saturday. So a very, very hot trend for us over the next 7 days. And check out the actual temperature starting next week, 95 Monday, 97 Tuesday. So you know it is going to feel very, very hot by the start of next week. I mean, right now it's hot, Courtney.
Yeah, it really is.
Ooh, next week.
All right. Well, we'll be prepared for it. Thanks to you, Emily. We appreciate it. We are learning new details about the Minnesota. And we have a traffic alert. This is drone video from our Sky 12 drone of the construction for the new Columbia County Hospital. The medical center will have a new emergency room, operating rooms, labs, primary care, and more. Lane closures in that area go from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. every day until July 31st. There's also lane closures this week on Ferry Road between North Bel Air Road and Wrdw Road Trail. This is video of construction in the area last night. Closures will go from 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. today through Friday. And ahead of Juneteenth this Thursday, volunteers are helping to give back to the community with a cleanup day. How you can help celebrate the holiday as well. We'll be right back.
Right now at Rooms to Go.
Well, here's a look at the next 7 days for us, and temperatures are going to be pretty steady in the middle 90s, especially by the time we get to the weekend and the start of next week. I mean, Monday, 95, 97 for your Tuesday, so very warm once we get into next weekend. I mean, right now, we're sitting at 90, feeling like 101. So very warm here in Augusta, but I want to bring your attention to Thursday. We're going to see that chance for showers and thunderstorms moving into our area as early as 3 p.m. Again, timing will be adjusted as we get closer to time, but we are anticipating showers and thunderstorms. Here's around dinner time moving through the Augusta area, and then should be out of here for the overnight hours, but lots of activities going on Thursday, so just make sure if you have any outdoor activities for the second half of the day, you're staying weather aware. We are anticipating some rainfall. Don't need to cancel any plans, but just have a backup plan if there are any outdoor activities. Again, once these showers pass, they should be much better conditions for us, but very dry and warm this weekend. Of course, we have that understood 20% chance of showers, so that's going to come with any summer afternoon. But overall, our next best chance of rain, again, is coming on Thursday.
All right, duly noted. Thank you so much, Emily. Auto industry observers see car prices. And back here at home ahead of Juneteenth this Thursday, neighbors came together to clean up the community today. Volunteers cleaning up the Golden Camp Road area at a church and at the Henry Brigham Community Center. Organizers say it's a way of giving back to the community before celebrations later this week.
Honestly, it's not even to be about being seen. It's just about doing. A lot of people talk about what needs to be done and who should be doing it, and when we can just get up and go do it. The community needs to be clean. We're going to go clean. That's simple.
All righty. On Thursday, Band of Brothers will host the Juneteenth Festival. That's going to be from 12 noon until 9 p.m. at the Augusta Exchange Fairgrounds. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
You have law practice?
And we do have some breaking news. Governor McMaster issuing an emergency order to replace the old Vaucluse Road I-20 overpass bridge. This means SCDOT can apply for federal emergency relief funding for that project. The bridge was destroyed after a tanker truck collision Saturday, before this order was issued. Officials said it will take about 9 months to a year to replace the bridge. Live at 5 is up next. Stay close.
The News 1226 First Alert Radar Network.
With up to 10 times the resolution of other local radars and technology that can pinpoint right down to your street.
First just got faster.
I'm Austin Jackson, and for me, keeping it local really matters. If you've been injured, you need a law firm with experience in our area's courtrooms and a track record you can trust. If you've been injured, call Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy, 706-724-7224.
What about now?